Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I cut and sew this beautiful basket top you are watching on the screen right now. I'll be showing you in details of how I cut and sew it. So if you are interested in this kind of tutorial, continue watching. Let's get into the tutorial without wasting much of our time. So for this tutorial, you will need your pattern paper because this basket, we are going to be sewing it directly on the paper before we tear the paper. So, and here is my paper. Now, I don't have the big paper, so I'm going to be making use of this brown, small brown paper. So here I decide, so here I just fold my brown paper. Can you see the way I fold it? Just fold it. After folding it like this, I'm going to go ahead and start taking the necessary measurement, which is the length. The only measurement you need in this tutorial is the length, your preferred length measurement, length I'm going to be working with in this tutorial. So for the length of the top, I'll be making use of the length of 20. Let me first measure out what is there. Here I have 27. I have 27 right here. So I'm going to measure this 27 all round. I'll be measuring it round about, just the way I'm doing it, just to get the round circumference of the down part. So I'll just measure it all round. Can you see this is 27 inches? That's the first thing I'm going to do before I proceed to the neckline. So I'll go ahead and connect the lines that I just mark out. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. I'll go ahead and cut it out just the way I'm cutting it. This is how I make this my beautiful basket top you are watching on the screen. So this is what I have here. So what the length I have here is 27, depending on the length you are working with. But here I work with the length of 27. Then from here now, I will now go ahead and cut out the neckline, the neck. So for the neck that I want to be work, I think this 12 is okay. This is 6 inches. This is, no, let me come up a little bit. So I have 5 here. This is 5 inches here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. Now let me open it for you to see what I mean by it's so I think it's too small. So I come a little bit down. So now I have 6 inches on fold. 5.5 rather. Can you see this is 5.5? 5.5. So let me open it. This is what I have now. This is what I have. So with what I have here, so 27 minus 6 inches, it will give me 21 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and start ruling it. You are going to take your time and rule it out. You are going to take your time and start ruling it one after the other. Just watch how I'm going to rule it. So I start from the middle. The first place I start from was the middle. Then I proceed like this. It's not like I use any measurements. Just try to just follow how I'm doing it. I'll still measure it for you to see. I'll still measure it for you to see what I use. So I'll go ahead and start. So I'll go ahead and start marking it as shown. I'll continue to mark it. I don't use the same measurements for what I did. I just try to like mark it out just the way I'm doing it. I don't want to say anyhow so that I won't confuse you guys. So this is how I'm going to rule it till I'm done ruling all of it. I'm going to rule the back and the front, the same way like this. Let's assume that this place that I'm making now is the front piece. Let's assume that this one I'm doing right now is the front piece. So I'm going to go ahead and did the back piece the same way I did the front piece. So we are almost done with the ruling. So this is what I have here right now. So the next thing I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go ahead. I'll go ahead and start. I'm done with the horizontal line. Then I'm going to start with the vertical line right now. So for the vertical line, I'll be using the ruler in my hand. The ruler I'm using is 1 inches. Automatically, the ruler is 1 inches. So that's why I don't bother to measure it again. So I just use the ruler as my guideline. If the ruler you are using is more than 1 inches, and if you are good with that, then you can use it. But if it's not more than 1 inches, you can decide to measure it. But the fact that the ruler I'm using is 1 inches, I just use the ruler as my guidance to rule it out. So this is it. Can you see? So this is how you're going to rule it from, you're going to continue ruling it from beginning to the end of your fabric, to the end of your paper rather. Sorry for that. To the end of your paper. So let me measure it for you to see. This is 1 inches. From one line to the other, I have 1 inches. So what I use here is 1 inches. So you're going to continue doing that. So this is it. This is what I have here right now. I'm done ruling everything. It is going to take your time because you're going to rule it one after the other. Just be patient and rule it out as shown. Can you see? So this is it. I rule it out. Now, another thing I would like to tell you is that this place that shows like V is not going to be V. It's going to be straight. But you know, because it's a flesh something, so when you are ruling it, it might come out like this. But by the time you are sewing it, just sew it like on a straight line. Just sew on a straight line. You don't need to do V kind of a thing. And this is the material I already stitched. Just stitch on it, just like we are stitching a rope. Just like we are stitching rope. Just go ahead and stitch it. You can decide to start with the vertical line, then you finish with the horizontal, and you can decide to first start with the horizontal line and finish with the vertical line. So depending on your choice. So here, this is how I started, and this is it. So this is how I'm going to do it one after the other till I finish fixing it. It's super easy and very lovely. I hope you are getting it. If there is anything you don't understand in this tutorial, don't hesitate to ask any question. Ask your question and I promise to answer you. So another thing I did here is that the Ankara that I use, the fact that the Ankara is not one piece, I use different kinds of Ankara fabric. So I just try to mix it. I just try to mix the Ankara. This is where I'm saying that time that you should not do V. Just go on a straight line like that. So this is how you're going to continue doing it till you finish the joining. So if today is your first time of watching my channel, you are welcome. And if you are a return subscriber, you are welcome as well. You're welcome as well. Thanks so much for watching the channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube will be able to show this tutorial to the right audience. People that by the time you like and comment on the video, YouTube will be able to push out the videos to the right audience, to the people that need it. You understand? So that is just it. So this is it. This is everything after joining it. This is it after fixing the fabric on the material, on the paper rather. So the next thing we are going to do now is to start fixing the other lines. So let's start to fix out the other line, the straight line, because this one that we did now is the other way around. So you can start from the middle, you can start anywhere, you can start from the side. So let's start fixing it now. Just watch how I'm going to do that. Here, it's super easy. Just the ankara you already stitched down, start picking it one after the other and start stitching it up. That is it. So this is how you're going to start stitching. And another thing I would like to tell you is that when you want to cut the, when you are done, when you are done fixing it like this, don't cut exactly on the stitches. Leave a hair, leave at least, yes, leave at least 1 inches at the down part, because that's where we are going to do the finishing of the down part. So by the time you can see that even here it's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing. So that's how you're going to sew it anyway till you finish it. And this is it after sewing everything together. This is what we have. Can you see? This is how it looks like after sewing it together. So the next thing we are going to do now, we are almost done with what we are doing. We are almost done. So the next thing we are going to do now is to join the is to do the finishing of the down part and the neckline as well. So let's do that and see. So here is another pieces of fabric. So what we are going to do is that we are going to place these pieces on the machine and just fold as shown. Just see the way I'm doing it. This piece, just first sew it, then you are going to fold it like this. So you are going to repeat the same thing for the down part as well. You are going to repeat the same thing for the down part as well. So let's go ahead, let's go straight to our machine and do that without wasting much of our time. We're going to repeat the same thing for the down part as well. So this is it. I'm now, so the first thing I did was to join the side. When we cut it, we need to join one side of the paper. So first thing I did was to join the side of the paper. Then I'm going to go ahead just the way I explained that we're going to join it. I'm going to go ahead and start joining it. Just watch how I'm going to do that carefully. Watch how I'm going to do that here. Then this is it. Can you see what how it is? Then you are going to remove the paper of the place that first of all, only where you are going to be stitching, that's the paper you should remove first before you start to remove all the paper, because I'll be stitching this side. That's why I'm removing the paper, so that I will not sew, because I'm doing the finishing right now, so that I will not sew on the paper. So just go ahead and fold it like this. Can you see? This is what I made the other time. Just go ahead and fold it the way I'm going to fold it. Just go ahead and fold it like that. So this is it after folding it. After folding the neckline, this is how it looks like. The same way with the down part. I already fold the down part as well, and this is how it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and remove all the paper. You're going to take your time and remove all the paper. This is how you're going to remove the paper. There's no shortcut to removing the paper. This is how you're going to remove the paper one after the other. I hope you are getting it. We are not done yet too. We are not done with what we are doing yet. We still need to do the finishing. The finishing part is where is very very important. You really need to watch the finishing part of this tutorial, because it's very very important. So this is it. Now let me explain something to you before we commence. If you notice that, you will notice that I already changed the waist with the material I use on the waist. The reason why I change the material is that the thing this my sewing here is too tiny, that what I'm going to put inside it doesn't enter. So I just have to change the waist the waist fabric. So you are going to sew another fabric, leave a space here, and you are going to insert your rope. It's going to have rope at the it's going to have rope inside, because by the time you wear it, it is that rope that you are going to tie that will make it look so beautiful on your neckline. I hope you are getting it. So that's why I changed the waist, the neck fabric that I used before, because it was so tiny that the pin and the fabric does not enter it easily. So I just have to change it and do another one at the neckline, so that the pin will be able to penetrate inside very well. So I'm just trying to insert the rope. Take your time and insert the rope inside, and after you are done inserting the rope, the next thing you're going to do is to wear it, put it on your neck. After wearing it, then tie it a little bit, tie it to your taste. Anyhow you think is okay, just tie it to that taste. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. So by the time I'm done now, I'm almost done remove. So this is it. I'm done. So I'm going to cut it because the rope is too long. So this is how it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead now and test it. If there is anything you don't understand in this tutorial, like I said earlier, don't forget to leave your comment. Don't forget to ask any question, and I promise to answer you in case there is anything you don't understand in the tutorial. And this is it after I wear it. So I already tie it at the back. I already tie it at the back, and it's already give me what I want. This rope that is showing at my back, just pull it inside a little bit and you are good to go. It's super easy and very lovely. You can just try it and let me know what you think. Let me know what how yours look like later. Thank you so much for watching the channel. God bless you. Bye.